Okay, that's the thumbnail. Hey.
Hey.
Pleased to meet ya.
Pleased to meet you. We have a story time for you about our life-altering night yesterday. We were kidnapped by a taxi driver in China.
The title. How a
Not
Brazilian...
clickbait. Not clickbait.
Brazilian...
This really happened.
We need to...
Okay. So, we have a story for you. Last night, we were traveling from Shanghai to Beijing.
On April 7th,
Things were going great. We get in at about 11:30.
No, midnight.
30. We get in at about 12:30. Taylor's about to throw up. She had 2 bobas today, but
2 bubbles, just like 2 little things.
So we get in at about 11:30, and then we get out probably like 12:30, right?
True, we were inside for a while.
So we get out of the apartment.
You have to go through security and find out where we're going. We had to talk to each other, and we had to get out, and then we had to be on the road, so it took a long time.
So we get out of this train station like 12:38 at night.
In the morning.
In the morning. Ew, I have freaking boba on my face. Okay. And we're trying to find a DD, which is Chinese Uber.
DD.
And it's not working because we don't have our Chinese address, which for some reason it worked for us until now.
Baby. We lived here for
I
a
am
month.
baby. But
Well, DD needs our address in Chinese, and we didn't have that.
we didn't have it. So we were trying to call. We live with a little Chinese girl here. We were trying to call her. She wasn't answering. We don't know where she was. Maybe the club. We don't know. I mean, she did answer eventually, but she wasn't at first. So we were just trying to find a car, and everywhere we were walking in the train station, people were like, taxi, 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 but we can't communicate with them because they don't speak English. We were trying to show them our address.
We tried. We said
they were
5.
And
and they said
and we needed 5 people for one car, and we couldn't communicate that to them, and they were like, I don't know what you're trying to say, and so they just walked away after we tried to talk to them. So we go outside. This is where all of it happened.
On the side of the street.
And so we're walking around. Obviously, we look really we look lost enough that the police come over to us, and they're like, hey,
Do you need a taxi?
do you need a taxi?
And I said, no, we're figuring this out.
Because
Which I don't know
Tori's
why
a
she said no,
feminist.
We didn't know what we were doing, and we didn't know where to go. So we walk across the street. Still don't know what's happening. Don't know how to get home. And these Brazilian boys come up to us. Costa Rican, Brazilian. Doesn't
I was
matter.
like looking at my phone, and all I hear is, do you guys need help?
And
Just like
and
that.
And I'm over here
And there it
in the
is.
circle, and I see Poppy
There he is.
Maximus.
And I look up,
can't
and I'm
even
like,
understand.
beautiful sir alive. Walks up to
and
us.
I was like,
with 3 beautiful friends. Jason Derulo looking man. The other ones were cute.
Felipe, Santi,
Santi
and 2 mystery boys.
Mora.
Mora and Jason
Felipe
Derulo.
Mora from Costa Rica.
Yeah, so they come up to us and they're like, hey, we saw you from across the street talking to the police, so we figured you were lost.
You look
So we decided
stupid.
to come over here and see, what was up and if you need help.
Is it your first time in Beijing?
We're like, no, we live here. They're like, oh,
What's your address?
you don't have DD?
We don't know.
You don't have WeChat Pay? You don't have... We're like, I don't know. And so...
I'm still embarrassed.
We talked to them for a little, and they're like, yeah, there's a 2-hour line for DD, but the taxi thing's 45 minutes. We're waiting for ours. We're going to help you. But we couldn't figure out how to get home because we didn't have our Chinese address, so we couldn't order a taxi home.
We had our address, we didn't have it in Chinese.
Yeah.
And that's what they helped us with. They helped us translate it to Chinese.
Also, they were
Because-
trilingual.
Trilingual.
They spoke to us in English, they spoke to the Chinese people around us in Chinese, and they spoke to each other in frickin' Portuguese.
perfectly.
I miss them.
Perfectly. Accents were perfect.
Will I ever find a better man fit for me? No.
Your mans could never.
Your mans could never. So, yeah, well, this is going down. Every guy around us is like, taxi? Taxi? Do you need a taxi? We're like, no. And they're in Chinese, they're like, boo, shixia, boo, shixia. I don't. Well, no, thank you.
And they're telling us about how those guys are sketchy. They're not.
Yeah, and they're saying, no, those guys, you don't want to go with them because
they're going to rip you.
They will be like, oh yeah, 50 UN, super cool, we'll take you wherever you want to go. And then you get there and they're like, nope, 500 UN. And foreshadowing. But
what's gonna happen?
Get this Brazilian boy to negotiate with one of these sketchy drivers.
It was the sexiest thing I've ever seen. He goes up, he's like,
no, 80 kwai. No, don't tell me I'm not going to do it. 80 kwai. And we're like, oh my gosh.
Like,
we're all like,
and he's like, hey guys, like, want me to get it down lower? And we're just like, yeah. And he's just like,
so we get this guy that's going to take us home for 80 UN. And then we're like, cool, we're going to give him 100 when we get there just so he's happy. He doesn't try to scam us. Great. Sweet. So we were
also, we couldn't break the 100.
We're just going to give him 100.
Yeah, awesome.
And so we say goodbye to the loves of our lives. We did get their numbers. So.
While this was happening, their taxi was there.
Yeah,
and they're like, hey, like, are you guys
taxi.
good? They were going to mix
that they waited an hour for. And then they were sprinting to catch their tractor. Their taxi afterward because two of them missed it because they were getting our digits.
Because they were helping us.
I got Felipe on here. Is it bad if we show him pictures?
You can if you want. But, so we start leaving with this man.
Random sir.
So he takes us kind of this dark parking lot. We get in this random car. He, like, motions to us to stand on a corner. Oh, yeah, that's Felipe.
Poppy Jr.
Poppy Sr. is Santee. Shout out Santee.
Come find us. You know our address. You had to translate it for us.
It's true. So we get in this car, 5 of us, sweet, 100 for the whole trip.
And the whole time we're like, they were so hot.
Yeah, suddenly we were so happy.
Thinking we were home free. We were going to get home.
Great.
It was
gonna get home.
Little did we know.
We get to our destination, which is not our destination at all. We get there. We were like a mile away from our house, we find out. But he just drops us off. And he was like,
and we're like, okay.
And we're like, here's 100. We got out. And we start to walk away, and this sir gets out of his car. And we're like, oh no. And then he was like, hello. And then he was like, showing us the 100, and he was going, 100 from you, 100 from you, 100 from you. And
he was mad.
Excuse me?
It looked like we just stole his favorite candy. And he was 4 years old.
And then he started screaming at us.
He was like
screaming. And he was wanting $500. Well, Chinese dollars. When we negotiated 80, within 20 minutes, he just was like, nope, I'm going to upcharge them $400.
And this took place in like a
sketchy dark alley.
A dark like alley area going into a apartment complex.
No
and
lights.
There was no one around.
We knew where we were, but we didn't know how to get to where we were going because it was gated, and the only way that you could leave is the way that he brought us in.
Yeah, so this man's yelling at us. We're not going to pay him 500 UN because that's ridiculous. We gave him over what he asked for.
I forgot all my karate lessons.
Yeah, all the freaking 3 years of jujitsu my mom forced me to take did not come in clutch.
We were just like,
you cried every day.
I did cry every day, but that's another story. So, we call the love of my life on the phone, Santi Poppy. And we were like, hey, this man's screaming at us in this alley. He didn't even take us to our apartment. What do we do?
Well, we were wondering, like, if he actually negotiated 100 for each.
Yeah.
So we're like, hello,
we don't want to
clarification if that's really what they negotiated.
He was like, no, we negotiated 80 for all of you. And so we gave the phone to this angry child Chinese sir. And he started literally crying like a 4-year-old. Like,
it was like a fussy baby man.
In this dark alley.
And you just took his favorite candy.
Yeah.
Probably goes on for like 6 minutes.
We
were there for a while.
My heart is pounding.
Like, we don't know what to do. He has my phone. For all I know, this man could take my phone and dip.
Yeah, some of us were like, let's run. And Sadie's like, he has my phone.
So,
Then,
5 minutes after this
Because
guy
of all this
screaming at poor
ruckus.
Brazilian boy,
I'm sorry, Poppy.
some random sir walking his dogs comes over. And this guy gives us my phone back. And the guy with the dog starts talking to this taxi driver.
Well, he like talked to us. He was trying to talk to us and be like, "Are you guys okay?" I don't know what he was saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we don't know, but
something
we were
in
assuming
Chinese.
he was on our team. And so, Brazilian boy goes, "You guys need a dip. There's nothing else you can do." He's trying to like totally rip you off. I'm really sorry.
Run.
Just
run.
peace out. Peace
We're
out.
like,
Go.
Skirt.
Unless you're gonna pay, you just gotta peace out.
So we ran.
And so while this guy's distracted, we turn around and we peace the frick out and start running in this dark alley.
Did anyone turn around and see like?
I
what
didn't. I
he
did
was
not
saying?
I did not
I
turn
was-
around because I straight up thought this man was gonna chase us because he was screaming at us for like 10 minutes.
What would we have
So
done if he would have chased us?
we were now in this random apartment complex running for our lives from scary taxi man, sir. It's not how we get lost. And we get lost for like 20
And
minutes.
it's dark.
It's pitch black. There's no lights here for some reason. So we're running around in this random apartment complex. Trying not to die.
Because it's all gated.
And eventually we
have to find
figured
the
out how to
exit.
get home. And we were like a mile away from home. So we had to get home.
Go up 6 flights of stairs. We made it to safety.
This is our home.
2:30 in the morning.
In China.
Then I called my mom and told her all about it.
Yeah, and then we made it. We went to sleep. Ew, I burped.
I'm going to throw up. I need to go to the bathroom.
But yeah, so we met the loves of our life. And
They
we
were
almost
angels
died
sent from God.
in China last night. Straight up feared for my life. But it's fine.
It was great. It was a great story to tell.
But yeah, it's a great story.
It's a 12-minute story.
We're
No one's
still
gonna
in
watch.
touch with
Yeah. Nobody's gonna watch this.
in touch with these
I'm
boys.
gonna watch this.
Oh yeah, and then
We're
I
definitely-
messaged Poppy Jr. and he said, I said, what would have happened if I walked away before the other guy came to distract him? And he said, yeah, if you guys all spread out, it would have been fine.
Yeah,
so we'd have to
So
be
we're
like,
do you know that from experience? Did this happen to you where you all just dipped other directions and it was okay?
he said, it was a sticky situation. Luckily, you got home safe, and that's the important thing.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so
Felipe.
they're on our team.
You are
He
our
said,
king.
stay in touch, so you best believe we'll stay in touch.
What do Brazilians like to eat?
Brazilian food?
Ass. I'm just don't put that in.
I'm counting on
We eat
that.
ass. They eat ass, so do I.
Because then we can invite them to eat something with them.
Yes.
Should I ask him, hey, like, what kind of food do Costa Ricans like? He'll be like, what kind of
so
food
yeah.
do you like?
We're definitely finna hit them up.
Yep. So we'll update you in the next vlog.
Yeah, so like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at CDCleater. Shout out to the subscriber of the week.
Taylor Giles.
This is at Tori Guitar and Taylor Giles.
Have I been saying your last name wrong?
So
Giles?
we'll see you in the next one,
Yeah,
boys.
you have.